Wow, guys, I just made $2,117 in a little over 10 minutes of trading this morning on probably my favorite pattern of all time, the panic dip buy. And this is an insane pattern. The risk reward is absolutely crazy. If you guys aren't trading it, you should be. And hopefully this video will explain enough to you that you'll be able to trade it on your own. And I'm actually gonna take you into my computer and show you kind of over the shoulder exactly what my thought process is. And there's actually this really cool feature on Thinkorswim, which is TD Ameritrade's trading platform, that allows you to replay the data live as if you were watching it for the first time. So I'm gonna take you through and show you exactly my thought process on this trade and how I knew when to buy and how I knew when to sell, because I timed it almost perfectly, buying at the bottom and selling right at the top, and it was just clear as day. So hopefully this helps, and yeah, let's get right into it so you guys can make that go up. All right, guys, so here you can see the chart, and this is the stock. It is TSNP, and you can see that it had an incredible bounce. So this stock, I've just been watching it for the last couple of weeks because it's up from like 0.0005 to now 20 cents, which is insane. It's on like a 40,000% run in the last month. But if you see here, it's been known to have morning panics, and that's where I guess it goes up, it gaps up overnight, and in the after hours and pre-market, it tends to trend upwards. But then once the big sellers come in, when the market opens, it tends to tank pretty often at market open, even if it's up, overall, and it's looking good. So in this case, I was expecting a morning panic, because if you go back, let's see, let's go to 5 minutes. If you go back a little bit more, this stock was already up from 5 cents to what did it close at? Like 12. So it was already up over 100%, and you can see that that's already a lot. So the fact that it went from then overnight from 12 to basically 20 cents, that was a pretty good indication to me that there was going to be some type of panic. So there's a tiny little bit of pop at the beginning, and then it's a big panic as a lot of people sell off their shares. And I knew that after that, it would be a very good opportunity to get a dip buy. And dip buying is obviously when you wait for it to dip, you wait for the stock to go down, and then you buy it near the bottom. That's the idea anyway, and you wait for it to come back up. And in this case, the price action was so incredibly easy to read that it was not hard at all. You can see here, there's no fake outs, there's no choppiness. It literally was red in the morning panic. I bought here as soon as I saw the first green candle, and there was not another red candle on the 1 minute mark until here when I sold, which was the top. So like a lot of times, there's choppiness, there's fake outs, there's stuff like this that makes it difficult to know when the top is going to be, and you might get faked out. You might want to take your profits early. But in this case, there were literally no red candles, and I rarely see charts this clean, but I've heard that OTC tends to have them more, so I'm going to start looking for more of these plays myself. But this stock particularly is very known for that. And this stock also, if you haven't done your research, definitely do your research on it. It is a great long-term investment, and I'm definitely going to be looking to get more into it later on. I just want to make sure that I get a good price point, because if I can buy here instead of here, like, why hold through this dip, if that makes sense. So definitely looking for it long-term. It is basically a way cheaper version of Venmo or Cash App, all that stuff, without the fees, and it's basically for international customers all over the world, in any type of country, between currencies, stuff like that. It's really cool. They just had this big merger announced recently. I'm not sure when it actually gets done, but they might be relisted. There's a lot of stuff going on that's going to be big for this company's future. So definitely want to look into this more and make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity, but definitely look for plays like this. So now I'm going to go in and show you guys. Oh yeah, you can see here it's up from 0.005 to, that's what it was then, and that was 20,000. So now it's double that, so it's 40,000. So if we go in here to Thinkorswim, and this is what I was talking about before, if you go in here to on demand, you can see it's a powerful backtesting tool that allows you to replay any trading day from the last several months and test your trading skills with simulated trades based on that data. And you can see tick by tick, like every single trade that is made. You can see the level 2s and stuff like that. This is OTC, so I doubt it'll have that. But you really don't need that. You just need to look at the ticker and see what's happening. So the ticker tape. So let me pull this up here real quick. All right, guys, so I actually just talked to the support for TD Ameritrade, and they said that on-demand is only available 2 days after. So if you guys want to go, if you're watching this video 2 days later, go back and use on-demand to watch the price action live. But for now, I've got the next best thing. I've got another bounce. It was like a secondary bounce, and I'm just going to show you because the price action is almost as clean. So I've got a screen recording of that here. Let me go pull that up. So yeah, here you can see basically what's going on here. So it's definitely tanking. I wish I started earlier, but you can still see it's printing pretty much all red. There's a few green. Obviously green is taking off of the ask, which is the sellers. White is in the middle, and then red is taking off of the buyers. So this just means there's a ton of selling if you see a lot of red. And it just continues on down. Continues on down. Red, you see a little bit of green, but in general it's just red. It keeps getting lower. Still making lower lows. You see there's no wick on that candlestick, which means it's just lower and lower. See it try a little bit there, but still pushing. Still pushing. Seeing a little bit more. And bam. Seeing more green, and now is right when I will be buying. And you can see after that, it's right off the races. In this case, I didn't feel comfortable using another day trade on this. So you see I have like an order pulled up there, but I ended up not doing it just because I didn't want to use another day trade. And secondary bounces are normally not as big as the first bounce. But I mean, as soon as you start to see those green prints, it pretty much, it takes off. And in this case, this one's a little more messy. Obviously, you can see this was never like that. This first bounce was never like that. But I mean, it continues on up once it hits, once it passes 0.18, you see it just keeps going on up. I also like to use this. If you guys see here, these are like people bidding. This is the bid and the ask. So this means, obviously like there's a lot more on the buyer side than on the seller side here. And this updates very quickly, but like if you see a massive wall of sellers that's being taken out, so it starts at say 500,000, and it goes down to 400,000, 300,000, 200,000. You can be pretty sure that that support is about to break or that resistance is about to break, and you can get in right then and make sure to take advantage of that. So like you can pretty accurately predict when a stock is going to do another move versus just like if you're looking at, I don't know, looking at the chart here, you'd have no idea that like, oh, there's a big seller here, but they've almost been taken out and now it's going to go through that. Like, so it's very helpful to look at the bid and ask on here, even though you don't have level 2, at least I don't. And then, yeah, just based on the printing. So in this case, it didn't bounce nearly as much. Starting to turn red a little bit again. You can see there. But anyways, hopefully this live action helped you. And you can replay this if you want to go back to that moment where the stock bounced and like how you can figure that out in real time. Because it literally happens like this. And you can see, I'll go back just one more time. Where is it? Right before it bounces. So like we're getting all red prints. Again, all red prints pretty much in here. And then the green ones start to come through little by little. And then all of a sudden, you see more green, more green, more green. And just like that, the stock goes up. More green, more green, more green. You can see people start to line up there and bam, it goes up. So that'd be a decent entry point. And with that entry point, you can risk off of the low there. And on OTCs like this, bounces are normally pretty good. So if you get in right at the low, that's a great entry, which is a lot better than if you're chasing like here, because a lot of times there's going to be more of that, I guess, choppiness, and then you're going to end up being stopped out by your stop losses. So again, hopefully this helps you guys. So yeah, guys, dip buys are such an incredible opportunity because they really give you good risk for reward versus chasing a stock and buying when it's already up a ton. So make sure you look into this pattern. Definitely do your research. If it's been more than 2 days since I've uploaded this video, you can go back, use TD Ameritrade, and use the on-demand to watch that price action live. But anyways, hopefully this video helped you in terms of, looking at when it turns, because when it's tanking, you see all those red prints, suddenly you start to see some green and bam, it pops up. If you time that right, like it's a perfect entry, and you can make a lot of money from it. So again, hopefully it helps you guys. If you have not seen my swing investment video on the best stock for December, go check that out. I uploaded about a week ago when the stock was just passing $4. It just hit $5 today. That's already a 20% gain, which is great because it's a lot less risky for a swing account. And yeah, definitely go watch that. It's another great strategy. And I think that's it for today. So with that being said, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, let's grow better together.
Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.